before the sun comes up. She made my coffee in my favorite cup. That's why I know, yes I know, hallelujah, I just love her so.
Let's start with the most important thing. Food. Honestly, you can make whatever kind of cupcakes you want. If you'd like to follow this recipe, you're going to need 1½ cup of flour, a little bit of salt, 3/4 cup of unsweetened cocoa powder, 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract, 2 teaspoons of baking powder, 3/4 cup of milk, 1/4 teaspoon of almond extract, 1 1/4 cup of white sugar, 4 eggs, and 10 tablespoons of butter. Now start off by setting your oven to 350 degrees. Take your butter and your sugar and blend it all together. You're gonna have this consistency. Next, add in all your eggs, your vanilla, and your almond extract. And blend away. Next, add in all your flour, your cocoa powder, and baking powder, and your bit of salt. And finally, slowly add in your milk. Now just fill some cupcake liners with your batter, and stick it in the oven for 20 to 25 minutes. When you're done, take your cupcakes out and let them cool for a little bit. Now while these are cooling, we can make our frosting. You're going to need a tablespoon or 2 of whipping cream, 3 cups of powdered sugar, a teaspoon of vanilla extract, and 1 cup of butter. You're going to start with your butter. Then you're going to want to slowly add in a cup of sugar at a time, mixing in between each cup. Then add your vanilla and your cream and mix away. In the spirit of Valentine's Day, I made my icing cake. Next you're going to want to take a heart-shaped cookie cutter and just gently push the cookie cutter just a little bit into the cupcake. And you should be able to just pop the heart out. Now just sprinkle a little bit of extra powdered sugar all over your cupcakes. Then just scoop the icing into the heart. You can smooth it out so it looks a little more like a real heart. Well, not a real heart, that'd be disgusting. Now that we've satisfied your stomach, here's some outfits. I like to call this one Noah's finally gone. I can show my legs.
A song for you like this. You're over my head, I'm out of my mind, thinking I was born in the wrong time. One of a kind, living in a world gone plastic. Baby, you're so classic.
This one is pink on pink on pink, for when you're really in the Valentine's Day mood. This is my preference of date night outfits. The hot female Michael Jackson. And finally, if you're just hanging out for Valentine's Day, here's a more casual outfit. If none of these outfits satisfied you, just throw a heart on it. Grab an old sweater, some red felt, some push pins, a needle, some thread, and some scissors. Now just fold your felt in half and cut out a heart shape. If you'd like to draw one out and make sure you're doing this right, you're more than welcome to. But I just freehanded this. Ta-da! And now cut out one more. Now just pop these puppies onto your elbows and make sure that they're actually appropriately sized. Now stick some pins through your sweater and your heart so it stays in place, and just sew around it. You can just sew it like normal and go for a threaded look, or you can make the space between your sewing really small so you have a heart within a heart. I personally went with a blanket stitch, which looks like this, but you can do whatever you want. And ta-da! You're now warm if you live in a blizzard, and festive. Next we can make some tights. You're going to need some paper, some tights, some scissors, some acrylic or some fabric paint, and a paintbrush. Fold your paper in half and then cut out several heart shapes. You're going to want some different sizes for this. I found this easiest to actually put the tights on. I know you like my socks underneath. Wrap your heart stencil around your leg and just paint it on. This really isn't rocket science. But when you're done, you have adorable hearts. Just cover them all over your legs and you have wonderful heart tights. Now my boyfriend and I are long distance, so I'm going to visit him for Valentine's Day and leave this for him when I go. You don't have to be long distance, you can just give this to your boyfriend and pretend like you're cute. You're just going to need some paper, a bunch of lipstick, some scissors, and an envelope. Put on your lipstick, and just shove your face on that piece of paper. Now just put on different lipsticks and make marks all over this paper until your lips are kind of chapped and hurt. And then just cut out each kiss. Now I actually saw a picture of this online that someone had done, and then I just kind of recreated it, so I'm not really that smart. But I did go ahead and put little notes on the back, which I think makes it a little bit more personal. I wrote things like corny jokes, and what the F happened to this lid? No, really, look at it. When you're done writing hilarious love remarks, just stick all your lips in an envelope and label it accordingly. While this might not apply for everyone, my boyfriend doesn't really care for Valentine's Day themed things, so it's easier just to wrap normal presents for him, Valentine's Day fancy. So here's some super easy wrapping ideas. For all of these, I just got some craft paper because I like the way it looks and it's easier to work with than wrapping paper. The first thing I did was just stamped the crap out of this paper. It's really easy, but makes it look like you spent some time on this. Secondly, I bought this like 5-cent paper doily, wrapped some yarn around the box, and then taped the doily to it. It makes it look a lot fancier than it is, and makes you look like you know what you're doing. Lastly, I got some red and pink yarn and just wrapped it around the box. This took me about 3 minutes to tape everything down, but looks like you spent a lot of time on it. That's it for this video. I hope you guys have a wonderful Valentine's Day, and thank you for watching.